I own over 250 fragrances, yet here I am with a £100 dupe shopping haul. That's right, I just couldn't resist. In today's video, I'm going to tell you why I bought these dupes. Should you buy dupe fragrances? And at the end of the video, as always, I'll be picking a scent of the day. Will it be one of these dupes? Come and join me at Mr. Season's Scent Bar. It's quite a contentious subject. Clones, dupes. If you asked me just over a year ago, I wouldn't really have had a clue what anyone was talking about. That's right, because my fragrance collection has grown rapidly over the last year. And I've got a whole combination, a whole array of fragrances. I've got cheap ones, dupes. I've got niche ones, expensive ones. I've got Parfums de Marly, Penhaligons. I've got blooming designers, top designers. I love fragrances in general, and hopefully you guys do too, and that's why you're here. I'm trying to bash out some relatively regular content on my channel, growing this baby, growing a community of people like myself who love talking and listening about fragrances. And you can just come casually sit with me and join me here at the Mr. Season's Scent Bar. The big problem I'm going to have actually is I'm outgrowing the scent bar. If you have a look, it's running out of space. And these are just going to add to my problem, but I couldn't resist it. We were out shopping, and yes, I did buy a few other little bits and bobs while I was out. I bought a JPG because it was cheap at Boots. I bought a little Gucci, do videos on these as well. I actually got that to review as well still. I said I was going to do that on my last video, but hey, it is what it is. That's Replica, Celestial Whispers, and I bought the YSL-Y EDT because I've got the EDP. I had to have the EDT. Again, at Boots on a great deal, about 30 quid. I mean, you can't grumble. But that's when I stumbled upon this brand and I was like intrigued. They didn't have good signage. And I was like, I walked over, I asked the guy, a lovely, friendly chap, shout out to you at our local Metro Centre branch, the DXB perfume stand. I don't often buy lots of dupes. I've got some ones at the top that I talk about, Afnan's, Armaf's. I've got Liquid Brun by French Avenue, which is a masterpiece. That is such a super clone of Altair. I have done a video about that and it was almost one for one. They do make some banging fragrances, don't they? Anyway, getting back to the story, yes, I asked him, is there any deals on? And he just casually said, oh yeah, it's buy one, get one free. Sign me up, please, because I just spent about 100 quid for 3 fragrances in Boots, and I thought, I will be mad not to pick up some of these. The only problem with it is that, well, between us, Mrs. Seasons was there, and she's not as big into fragrances as I am, so I had to sort of encourage her. The guy was enthusiastic. He wanted me to buy and try lots of fragrances. It was full on. It was intense. It was in the middle of a shopping centre. Hey, I did the best. I got 6 what I think are going to be banging videos for you guys. We'll go over them quickly in a second. But yeah, I had to buy them. 6 for 100 quid. You get like a massive, gigantuous bag. And don't these Arabian powerhouse fragrance houses make brilliant boxes? I mean, they're big boxes, mighty boxes. Look at the size of this. I can barely get out the... I mean, look at the size of it. It's bigger than my head. It's crazy. So yeah, I couldn't resist it. Here we are. But the point of this video is to sort of put it out there. Are they a good thing, these dupes? Are these clones really all they're made up to be? And should you consider buying them? Well, I'm going to give you my honest opinion. They're great for the money. I mean, look, £200, for example, on 70 mils of MFK Grand Soir. Okay, it's a beautiful, elegant fragrance. Actually, a bit too much of a good thing for me. But comparison to that, come on guys, do the maths. It's just so appealing. You can go on like a shopping haul, not break the bank, and come back with what feels like a significant amount of loot. 15 quid versus Creed, £250 plus. It's just too easy to spend your money. But as they say in life, can you have your cake and eat it? I mean, come on, some of the designer fragrances out there now are £150, £200. Sauvage Elixir, you'll pay £200 just for that. So £15 is like literally a drop in a gigantuous ocean. But do these fragrances smell unctuous up the Nostradamus? That's the big question. Well, Liquid Brun does. I can confirm that. We're going to be doing videos on these ones, and I'm going to quickly show you what I've bought now. I have bought Nuit Broca. I think that's probably going to be my next video. 15 quid for 100 mils of Luminous. Apparently that's their latest release that's supposed to smell like Sauvage Elixir. That's going to make a good video in itself. I'll open this ribbon and let's see what's inside. Before I continue, I genuinely want to know from you guys, pop it in the comments what your thoughts are on dupe fragrances, clone fragrances. Should they even be called clone fragrances? Are they inspired by, or are they just fragrances that happen to smell like some of the good fragrances? It's up there for debate, isn't it? My feeling is they know exactly what they're doing. They're creating fragrances that are super close. Now, I'm not technical with all of this, but apparently some of the famous perfumers out there actually do work for some of these Arabian houses. They know exactly what to put in these things. Okay, the ingredients must be a bit cheaper. We know that, but the smell is what matters. I mean, I'm holding this box of Itquan, Zimaya. I mean, they all sound so far out. Itquan Zimaya. No idea what that's a dupe of. I did try them briefly at the DXB perfume stand, but I can't remember. So they're just going to have to be, I'm going to have to do a video on them at some point. I know that I've got the equivalent to them on my fragrance stand, so let's reach in for another one. As I was going to say, the one thing about these dupes is there's no story, there's no backstory, there's no backbone like there is with some of the other fragrances, because some of the big brands out there, Penhaligon's, Creed, Parfums de Marly, Initio, all of these fragrance houses, Dior, Guerlain, all of them have backstories to their fragrances, and that's something that if you're really heavily into fragrance, it might matter to you. And these don't have that. That's one thing to take into consideration if you're buying into a brand, if you're buying into their stories about fragrances, or do you just want to smell good? This one in my hand is Royal Paragon, 100 mils again, and I know that this is supposed to be a dupe or clone or inspired by Parfums de Marly Leighton. I mean, they've even got the same colour. They've almost copied the goddamn doofer thing on the front, the shield. But I tell you, I'm looking forward to unboxing that and comparing it with the real deal, because I'm into fragrances. I can own both sides of the spectrum. But should you consider going straight for these or parting with your spondoolies and getting the real deal? I'm going to give you my final verdict at the end of this video. But in the meantime, I'd love it if you could just comment, subscribe, hit the like button, and just let's get some momentum going behind the channel, because it's hard going on YouTube. It really is. Got a sweat on. Move on to the next one. Another big, crikey O'Reilly, another big, massive box. It literally is the size of my head. That's the other thing, guys. When we eventually get into some of these boxes, the bottles are magnificent on some of these Arabian fragrances. They really are. And it just makes me question in my head, how much do they spend on these boxes and the actual bottles as opposed to the fragrance inside, the essence, the juice? £15 these days. You can barely get a McDonald's. I mean, that's a bit extreme, but you know what I mean. You can barely buy a couple of pints these days. And they're managing to put these fragrances into these masterpiece boxes, wrap them all up, put them in beautiful bottles, and still make some kind of profit, I imagine, on 15 quid. It just beggars belief. No idea what this one's a dupe of. This is Modhesh Aura. Modhesh Aura by Zimaya. We've got two Zimayas. I've got Itquan and Modhesh. I am useless at these pronunciations, but two gigantuous boxes, and I am so buzzing to open these babies up. And I have to say something at this point about performance. Of the dupes that I own, or the clones, or the inspired by, whatever you want to call them, Liquid Brun being the one that really stands out, and Club de Nuit Intense Man EDT, the performance is pretty darn good. like I've said in other videos, the only thing that I've detected on some of these masterpieces is they're just missing that final little magical ingredient, that last little 5 or 10%. But by heck, some of them really bang, and they bang hard. Okay, I've got 2 left in this haul of mine, this shopping haul, and then I'm going to announce my scent of the day. This one is Rua Brocca, another Rua Brocca, and this is Nexa Immortal. That's easier to say. Don't know what it's a dupe of, maybe you can comment, but I'm looking forward to opening that one. And the final one is, oh, look at that, like a hologram. This is another Zemaya Abadi. Don't know what that one's a dupe of. I think one of them somewhere is a dupe of Greenlee. Now that's going to be a good one because I do like a little bit of Greenlee. And there we have my shopping haul. 6 fragrances. I'm going to pop them back in the box because they're not quite ripe for the picking yet. But I am looking forward to opening these babies up. I'm going to pop them back in and then I'm going to pick a scent of the day. What will it be? Will it be a dupe? I honestly would love to hear everybody's thoughts on dupes. My verdict on dupes, what is it? Well, let me put these back. There we go. Perfect. I can understand why some people don't like the idea of dupes because it seems like people are treading on other people's footsteps. Some of these perfume houses spend fortunes to get quality fragrances out there and quality ingredients. From the top of my head, Guerlain being one of those perfume houses that really does have top-notch ingredients. And it seems unfair, almost scandalous, that people can come along and just replicate that work and charge a fraction of the price. It sort of cheapens the perfume market. So am I on board with it? I have to be honest and say not really. I'm a designer guy. I like my designer fragrances. Okay, I've got some niche fragrances as well and I do like them a lot, but I'm quite content in the designer game. I could happily live there. Just so happens I've got niche though, so I probably won't. But yeah, my feeling on dupes is there's a place for them for people who are strapped for cash. Of course there is. If you are a youngster out there and you want to smell like the latest fragrances and you're tight on cash, of course you can go out and buy some dupes. It would be stupid not to. You can expand your collection rapidly and you can have a taste, a little piece of the pie of all different types of aromas out there. It makes total sense, doesn't it? But I just can't understand how you would want to have a huge extensive fragrance collection like the one behind me, it's pretty big, and have just clones and dupes. It just wouldn't make sense to me. Where's the value in that? I love looking at my scent barb and looking at the quality, the prestigiousness of some of these fragrances, the Penhaligons, Halfetis of the world, the Parfums de Marlys of the world, the Creeds of the world. I like it. It makes me feel good. And when I wear them, it makes me feel good. And I think I've mentioned this on a few videos. When I wear a dupe, Liquid Brun being a great fragrance, do I feel as good as when I wear Altair? There's the $1 million question. And I've compared it in other videos, when I wear the real deal, would I feel as good if I wasn't wearing the real deal? Nobody else knows whether this is real or not, but I know. And it's about the wearer, it's about how it makes you feel, guys. Am I being over the top, melodramatic? Probably. It's Mr. Seasons. This is how I go on. But it's true. It's just about the feeling. To summarize, dupes have a place in the world. I can understand it. I'm happy to own a few and add them to my collection. These ones, I don't know where they're going to go, but probably along the top somewhere. I just don't know if I'm fully on board with it. Could I see myself buying even more? I'd like to say no. But then at 15 quid a pop when they're on deal, I can't help it. So it's a bit of a problem. It's a conundrum. It is a conundrum. I hope you've enjoyed this video, but before you go, we're going to do my scent of the day. What am I going to pick? I need to actually think of this. That's a big question in its own. And I've done a video on this. When you've got this many fragrances, you don't know what to pick. I'll come back to you in a second. I'm flipping it completely on its head. I'm going from one end of the spectrum to the other. I'm going to have my scent of the day as YSL Tuxedo. I'm pretty sure I did a video on this one, a great patchouli fragrance with a little hint of vanilla. Lovely fragrance. It's a cold day outside. This has a little bit of warmth going onto it, but not too much. Decent performance. So I'm going to have just a little spritz of that. yes, like it. That's my scent of the day. Do you agree with that fragrance? Do you like YSL fragrances? Do you like Tuxedo? I do. Hope you've enjoyed this short fragrance content, and until the next one, get on out there and keep on sniffing, guys. Bye-bye for now.